I have Dr. Radhika here. Radhika ji, why don't you start by telling us something about yourself?
Sure. Thank you so much, Shivamji. It's very nice to be here. Thank you for having me amongst your many folks that you are speaking with. So I'm an addiction psychiatrist. And of course, I'm part of FIA. I'm leading the sponsorship. And then beyond that, of course, I was the past president of Indian American Medical Association in 2024, and I'm very happy to be part of this process.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Radhika ji. Now you're here at Miss Bharat, Illinois, 2026. And what has been your experience so far?
So what I find particularly poignant, of course, is that we are honoring women. So women, of course, have multiple facets. We have of course, the beauty aspect, which in general society would like to kind of emphasize. But additionally, we have the intellectual aspect. We have the aspect of service, and we have, of course, the aspect of bringing together all of the three into a conglomerate wherein we see the whole picture. So what I found here today is that we are emphasizing talent and skills. We are emphasizing beauty. And of course, we are emphasizing intellect. So let me comment a bit further on that in the way that I experienced it. So the skills that go into designing beautiful, beautiful outfits for women is not something to be diminished. I mean, today, one of the runway shows that I saw was so impressive. I went up to the designer afterwards and I said, I need your number. I want you to design something for me.
Oh.
I don't think I can wear what your models wore. And of course, she said, of course you can. I said, no, so kind, but no. I'd like you to design something for me. And so that sort of inspiration for a woman, and even for a man, in the sense that, you know, something you want your partner to wear and which pleases you and which you know would be so magnificent for your partner. All of that, all of those aspects are what I saw today. So joy, motivation, exploration, and just fun, you know? And so that's what I want to say.
So nicely, very well said. Now, as a doctor, you deal with a lot of patients, right? Now, to understand if we have a candidate or a girl who is interested in participating, but she's on fence, she's not able to decide whether to participate or not to participate, what tips would you have for them?
Sure, very nice question. Thank you. So the first question would be, why are you doubtful? What is it that is holding you back? And I think that is something that is a very generic question that in fact applies to many facets of our life journey, our choices. Why would you not venture into something uncharted territory? Is there some sort of self-doubt, etc.? So I think the interesting thing is this. Women are raised to be objects of beauty, sexual objects, really. If you take it to the true extent of the kind of the conceptualization, objects of beauty as well as sexual objects. So women have a tendency to define themselves and judge themselves accordingly. The reality is that women need to expand that definition of beauty to include intellect, to include our skill sets, which are very variable. Also to include, how many degrees do you have? It doesn't have to be what you how much do you weigh or what size you are. It really doesn't. Because there are examples of beauty historically. For example, Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe actually was considered to be one of the most beautiful women in America, which is where we are. Thank you very much. And she actually had grown even to a size 12 at one point, was still considered to be gorgeous. So what I want to say to your question is, whenever there is doubt, I would say to a young lady or a lady of any age, I would say, take stock of what you've accomplished thus far. What is it that even leaves you to wonder and to doubt yourself? And then to say to yourself, it doesn't matter if I doubt myself. Take that, put it aside, and go ahead and do it if that's what your heart tells you. If your heart tells you to go ahead and do the runway show, wear what makes you feel beautiful, and do it. That's it.
No worries. Thank you so much, Radhika.
Absolutely.
You're beautifully answered. I really appreciate spending time with us today.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you asking the questions because I think it's an important one. Ultimately, the answer lies in the hands of the woman. And if the woman decides to walk that runway, it is our gift.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.